Quit listening to me. Yeah, right? Hey, close that browser. Shut the fuck up, JJ. You loudmouth emo kid. That guy's gonna throw me under the bus with his crazy antics. Here, I gotta fix this camera. The cable's gonna fall out. Because he's swung it around too many times like do-si-do-si-do and shit. That's... Ain't I a stinker? It's JJ again from Bright Idea Records and video games and more. You know why that stream was called Mac Daddy? It's not because I'm a PIMP. That actually was just a song that I had kind of been hoping to turn into it's just a melody I was hoping to turn into a hook that might end up a song. But you guys remember that part of the video when I threw the toolkit down? Yeah, I'll focus. If you'll focus, I'll focus. It's a mutual respect thing, I suppose, huh? If I focus, you focus. Yeah, that's why I threw that down on the MC Escher book. Yeah, I know, we should look at that in further detail, even more than we already did that one time, grandkid. But, you know, you gotta get that permission slip from your mother, because I need to watch the bender, right? Yeah, I know I shouldn't set you. What am I supposed to do, dude? This camera is wrecked. It doesn't have a bass. And I don't mean like a bass guitar, I mean like a fucking mountable bass. Here, I'll try. I'll try one more time. One more time. Play it, DJ, one more time. I'm almost right. Just play it one more time. And I'll be right. I'll be alright. I'll be okay. No, don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm alright. Cry for yourself. Don't you dare cry for me. I'm not even dead. Don't you fucking cry for me. Not till the day I die. I get mine. Every fucking time. You know, when I'm crying tears, puddles all over my shoes and snotting all over my face, I'm getting mine. Because, you know, you can only cry so much, right? And then you'll cry some more, and then cry a little bit more, and then tomorrow and the next day and then the day after, but hopefully something new, something bad and new will happen that'll take your mind off the last terrible bad thing that happened, and then you can cry about that instead of the last terrible thing you were crying about. And that's how you move past trauma. You find new trauma to cry about. So don't cry for me, I'm fine. I know the routine. This is actually why I titled the stupid stream Mac Daddy. Because I got work to do. And I figured I've done this so many times. I really might as well just fucking do a quick teardown. I know, it's ridiculous. I should get a table up, huh? It's not a bad idea, kid. I don't have a whole lot of room at this point. I can manage this with my one hand. Yeah. It's no big deal. If I was Luke Skywalker, like, even Luke Skywalker would have a problem with this, because he's got a cyber hand, but he doesn't have a cyber shoulder, you see. If he had a shoulder problem, he'd still be just as weak as I am. And he's a fucking Jedi. So, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm only human. Don't put the blame on me. Yeah. What do you think? Should I use my tens unit? I don't even keep my tens unit in there anymore. I hate that thing. You ever use a tens unit? A transcutaneal electro neurostimulator? Yeah, I know. I'm pretty good with the acronyms. I know a 4-letter one is pretty advanced. More advanced than a 3-letter one even, yeah. It's kind of like TCP. Oh, TCP IP. That's like 5-letter one, right? Technically it's a 3-letter one and a 2-letter one. Because the internet protocol and the transmission control protocol are two completely separate things. Although they work together to accomplish... They're kind of like a band. It's kind of like Royal Blood. There's only 2 band members in that band, right? It's kind of like Phanogram, or Daft Punk, or Crystal Method. Actually, Crystal Method's just the one guy now, right? The guy that's like the ASCAP guy. Yeah. What about, you know what? I don't need to talk about music. It's cool. You probably don't know who any of those acts are anyway, because you're a little kid. And you're probably listening to some kind of like new school version of the, what? NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Jonas Brothers, Hanson. Maybe like a girl version like Spice Girls, or perhaps like TLC. Or I don't know, Destiny's Child. How's about like, En Vogue was my favorite. Hold on to your love, you've got to hold on. What a double entendre that is. If you're gonna hold on to your love, does that mean keep the one you love close? Or does that mean hold on to your love? Gross, JJ. Yeah, that's... I'm not the one that puts all the fucking porno on the internet. You are. I'm not the gross one. Okay? Give me a fucking break. I've been on the internet since I was like this tall, okay? Give me a break. You think I even go that route? Guess what? There was a guy named Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens. That guy got busted whacking it at the theater. You think I want to have anything to do with what he went through? Are you kidding me? The last thing I want to do is whack it. That's how I wrote that song. I've been on the junk a little too long. What am I looking for? Oh, that's right. Been on the junk a little too long. The song is a true story. It was pretty weird. And it kept happening because that's I guess that's a side effect. If you don't try to live like a normal person, if you just like let the drug control your personality, that's what it'll do to you. You'll just like, you know, my mosquito, a libido, yeah, bow, 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 yeah, bow, bow. Yeah, why don't you just let yourself be controlled? It doesn't matter if it's your boss, or your parents, or your drugs, or your government, or your fucking self-consciousness, your shyness, your insecurities. Yeah, why don't you just like be totally controlled by other things instead of controlling other things? Yeah, that sounds so fun. I know all about it, kid. Trust me. You don't want to be controlled by anyone, anything, anyhow, any way. You want freedom, and you want to fight for it. So don't be a chicken shit. If someone's telling you what to do, tell them what to do. If you think that you're getting addicted to something, well, go head deep into it. And then go cold turkey until you can't take it, and then take some, and then try and go cold. It's like edging. I've never tried it, but from what I've heard, that's kind of the way to live life, probably. If something's trying to control you, just like get away from it until you can't take it, and then go back to it, but try to get a little further next time, because he shouldn't let anything control you. That's why I keep that on the wall. Okay? Seriously, man. And you all seem to be highly controlled by things like your providers whether they are internet providers or otherwise. Like your platforms that you choose. You know? What am I streaming on right now? It's still the same thing, right? The JJStylesROCKS on Twitch? Is that the one? I'm not on Zot the Avenger rules. No. I don't want to muck that up, because I already muck up Zot all the time. So I think it's on the Twitch JJStylesROCKS, and in the YouTube JJStylesROCKS, cause I do, motherfucker. I rock like a fucking rocking chair. Let me see how quickly. Oh man. Hey, where'd the handle go? I gotta get a handle on the handle. It's gotta be right here. I'm gonna have to shut up if I'm gonna make quick work of this. I'd like to. I don't even know. This is not a how-to video. It's more like a speed run. I don't know. Hey, I found my Zippo! Yay! That's a big accomplishment when your shoulder hurts as much as mine. When you fucking... yeah, I'm trying not to bend. Yeah, I'm trying not to start the backache. Got the fucking thing. Ah! Did I end the stream? Did I trip on the Ethernet? Oh shit. I'm going to hell in a handbasket. Alright, let's see if I can speed run this shit. I think there's a couple screws missing. Why am I doing this? Because my hard drive is generating smart errors. It's basically giving back erroneous data, which is another way of saying corrupted data. It's what happens when your hard drive is failing. And I've been screwing around with my dead hard drives box. You know the one. It's that one down there. Anyway, I gotta focus on the speed run. Okay. This is one of those 12,1 mats. Okay. The kind that have bolts that hold it in place securely so it doesn't fall on the ground and like fucking shatter to pieces. Yeah, bolts are nice. I like them. I think they're neat. Okay, it's okay. Let me stick my leg out more. That helps. Yeah, it's actually kind of a nice stretch. It's almost like I'm doing yoga. Except, I'm getting a fucking Charlie horse. Okay, just in time. Okay, and here comes the next one. Okay. No. I'm a little bit embarrassed because I don't think I have a new hard drive picked out to put in. So I might have to just continue this later. I just wanted to be all like speedrun guy. So I've been known to execute things quickly with relatively few my shoulder errors. I've been known to. Granted, it's never amounted to anything because most things in this world are rigged. As in like fixed, as in like not in your favor, as in like in the opponent's favor. And if nobody's ever told you that, kid, well, it's about time you heard it from somebody. If you already know this, well, then you don't need me to elaborate, do you? Come on, get the fuck out. Oh, I gotta lift up on the tab. I forget about that. Okay. Come on. Here. I know, I'm using my fingernail. It's silly, right? Well, I guess it worked. Oh, shit, I forgot about that one. I think I bent the pins. Son of a bitch. It'll be fine. These things were built to last. Back in the 12,1 days, they were built to last. It's nothing like the 14,1 or the aluminum iMacs are not built to last. They don't even have bolts in the fucking display. So they just kind of like fall to the ground if you don't have like glue, you don't have tape, if you don't like have sticky adhesive. It's ridiculous. Who builds a computer that way? I think they're just being dicks. They're being dicks on purpose because they don't want people taking their computers apart. So I kind of like the Hackintosh community. Remember the last few streams? I was ranting about how annoyed I was with the Hackintosh community because, like, when I look for technical information, all I get is Hackintosh information instead of, like, actual useful information that applies to an iMac. And though that is still true, their information doesn't apply much to my iMac. It doesn't really cross, like, pollinate. Like, even though the hardware is like, you know, this is slowing down my speed run. I need this focus because I gotta get this broken ass hard drive out. It's failing me. It's failing me. You are a failure. This is a failing Western Digital drive. I'll bet you were expecting to see a Mac store, right? Yeah, well, that's what it was originally. Of course. Duh. What else would you expect? Here, you want an air card? Here, you have an air card on the house. It's just an Atheros. Like, pretty generic. It's not a real tech, no. Yeah, I think it's exactly like this one, actually. Yeah. This computer is pretty fucking ridiculous. Okay, the stop clock can stop now. I'm just saying that for when I review this later, because I got the drive out. So, from the time I ripped the screen off to the time I unplugged and removed the drive, I'm curious how long that took. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, like this right here. This is the CPU, if I can focus the fucking camera. God-forsaken piece of yada. One of these days, bang, zoom straight to the moon! Have I confused you with my references? Okay, that's the CPU. If you wanted to actually get to the other side where the CPU is, I looked it up one time, and it requires a few things. I'm tempted to do it, but I don't have an i7. Like, the maximum processor you can stick in this is a second generation i7, which would be better than this 2.7 gigahertz, you know, i5. I think it's a 4-core, you know, or 2-core, whatever, man. Each core is 2.7 gigahertz. It's better than the 2.5 gigahertz over there, you know. That's why I'm fucking with this one and not that one. Because, I mean, 2.7, hey, it's a little faster. No, I'm not sure if that's the speed step enabled fucking clock mode. I think that actually, if it's in maximum clock mode, I think it's more like 3 point something gigahertz. But obviously it's going to be more than the 2.7, right? Like, that's like this Dell right here. This Dell is basically just like the exact same thing. But I went in the BIOS and I turned off the fucking speed step so it runs at 3.4 gigahertz all the time, because what am I worried about? Racking up my electric bill? It's not that much. Am I worried about being green? Hey, they need people to use the electricity. If the electricity collects, that's a problem. That could overload the whole station. So, you know, that's not a problem. I'm not like being anti-green. It don't cost that much. I just have it running in maximum clock mode. It's basically a lie if you ask me. I'd like to see an engineer or like maybe like a fucking semiconductor designer, like an architect of microchips. I'd like Intel to explain to me how speed step is green, how running at 2 point whatever gigahertz part of the time and then 3 gigahertz for the rest. Because look, I had the Pentium 4. I know that a 3 point whatever gigahertz ain't that fast. Granted, the bus was a lot less megahertz than the bus on this, but this is ancient. It's a 12,1 for fuck's sake. Okay? Like, even I know that. It's like, where is that the, no. I don't even have the aluminum iMac in here, do I? Yeah, I'll be bringing that back in just as soon as I put rubber bands around it, because I'm afraid the display's gonna fall off because it doesn't have fucking bolts. It's ridiculous. Isn't that funny? A fucking display without bolts. You know, I thought that the magnets on this son of a bitch were unique and clever and somewhat cool. Like putting magnets on the protective, like, oh god, this is filthy. Jesus Christ. I can't believe how nasty that is. What have I been doing? Do I just like spit like when I talk to you? Is that what I do when I make these streams? I just go tap tap tap. That's what it looks like. It's okay. It's okay. Brought to you by Windex. Ow! I'll use my left arm. Oh. I see. You gotta move quick or the Windex dries up. You don't need that much. That's the thing. If you use too much and then it dries up, you feel like an idiot. Because it's so expensive. Everything is so expensive. In your mind and in reality. It's like one squirt probably costs like 7 cents, right? I don't know, but it sounds about right, doesn't it? Each squirt costs 7 cents. I'll bet you're about ready to believe that. It's almost like what? Each play of a song equals 9 cents or 10 cents or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The publishing royalties on a piece of copyright infringement. Excuse me. I mean copyrighted material. Yeah. Yeah, Metallica. It's really worth fighting for, isn't it? But your pennies are really worth making my life miserable, you fucks. You don't even get it. Because you haven't crunched the numbers, have you, kid? It's really just like, it's like beans. It's like lima beans, green beans. It's bean counter nonsense. The whole music industry is pennies. Pennies, 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 pennies. And those pennies mount up, sure. Usually you gotta rig the system in your favor. Oh, did I just say that? Dude, there's nothing wrong with it. Because I think most capitalists know. I'm not like telling you anything you don't know, am I? Ow! Ah. Like, look, I'm streaming on Twitch right now, and most of your favorite Twitch channels have people that have like gotten to they've rose to the top of the charts using proxies and bots. Haven't you? Do you want to deny it? I'm not calling anyone out in particular, but I can tell. I'm a hacker. I've been doing this my whole life. I can tell who's used proxies and bots to rise to the top and who's remained honest. And on the bottom of their shoe, people like me, I could totally use proxies and bots. I could rise to the top, the cream of the crop. Jump, jump. Crisscross will make you jump, jump, because I'm the miggity Mac Daddy. And he's the diggity Daddy Mac. Crisscross will make you jump. Jump! Jump! Oh! You know, I feel pretty good about myself. I don't have to cheat. And I don't have to be at the top of your charts. Because I'm at the top of my charts. No, I did not say chart. It's an awkward word to... I know. Did I say chart or did I say shart? I like the way you think, kid. Because charts are basically they basically are charts. I'd like to chart on a chart one of these days, except I don't really chart much. I'm an opioid addict. I have a hard time charting. I have a hard time pooping. It's ridiculous, my life. It's no fun. I know if I were to cheat my way to the top, like everybody else does, they're unscrupulous. Every last one of them. I'm a computer hacker, so I already know how to cheat. Like when it comes to electronic shit. And hey, we gotta fix this game, alright? You're going down in the third, capiche? I know how people work too. You know how people work? By not having to actually do work. It's much easier to work if you don't have to, do the labor. This whole world is fucking rigged against you, you fools. And I'm the only one who's ever gonna tell you that. Because when I fucking competed in a Blockbuster Video NBA Jam contest, it was fucking rigged. And when I competed in that Star Fox for Nintendo Super NES, and that fucking adult that worked at the video game store and had an advanced copy of the cartridge when that son of a bitch won. Nothing against his mother. It's so hard not to be a name caller when you really hate a piece of scum. See, I did it again. I called them scum. Like, what am I supposed to call them? I guess just what he is, a cheater. That employee at the store that was a cheater because he had an advanced copy. Like, I want to call him a lot more than just an employee that cheated, Because, I think it was in the rules, it said you cannot work for the establishment where the contest is taking place. Granted, I don't think he was actually competing at the store downstairs. I think, if I recall correctly, it was a Capcom store on the first floor of the Tucson Mall. I could be wrong, but I think it was a Capcom store. They sold Game Boy games, they sold NES games, and then he was going up to the Software Etc. upstairs, which I believe was owned by Babbage's. I think it's like an umbrella thing. It's like Babbage's, which those are both things. I think Software Etc. still exists. I don't know if Babbage's does. Babbage was actually a computer scientist, if I recall correctly, or a mathematician. They basically use our names to just get away with murder, don't they? Except I'll bet if the company knew, they would have done something. But what's a little kid gonna do? When nobody will listen to them because they're just a stupid little kid, and I'm just a grown-up dope fiend telling you the truth that everything is rigged against you, and it's just retarded. I think I'm gonna stick with this Mac because I can take it apart and put it together, and it doesn't fall to pieces. Not only that, but once I start using APFS, it gets very unstable. Back in my day, they used to beta test things. It wasn't the user's responsibility to be the beta tester. It was actually something you could get hired, intern at least, to be a beta tester at a company doing software stuff. Turning your user base into a bunch of beta testers. Hell, man, sometimes this stuff is so rickety, it's like alpha. And I mean, look, I hate Windows just as much as Mac, so, like, I swear to God, man, I used to be a free BSD guy, and I still am. Oh, yeah, JJ, are you? You sons of bitches. Would I lie to you? CentOS, Windows. Yeah, I had to fix my MyBook. I succeeded. It was no big deal. There's the fucking Hackintosh I used to run on my Oh, there's my FreeBSD 13. I know, I gotta download 14. They're not up to 15 yet, are they? Yeah, it's i386. I'm a broke-ass N-word up in here. How many 64-bit systems do you think I have? I haven't cheated to get to the top yet. And I never fucking will. I just wish if that meant something. I wish that meant something. Like integrity, I wish that the cheaters didn't win and that the people with integrity did win. I'd like to flip the script somehow. It's never gonna happen, but, you know, because I give up. I close my eyes. I give up. You guys know when I give up, I win, right? You've seen it happen on camera before. Yeah. Yeah. I wish that the people with integrity could rise to the top and be the cream of the crop. Jump! Jump! Try to play me out like as if my name was Sega. Jump! Jump! Because I'm the miggity Mac daddy. The diggity daddy Mac. And the people that cheat just fucking sank to the bottom of the ocean floor. But we should put a go cam on them so we can see what's down there. Yeah. The cement shoes. Capiche? Capiche? GoPro, cement shoes, ocean floor. Capiche?